Welcome to the National Workshop on the presentation of TRTA 2 Inception report.
After the end of the first TRTA program and the subsequent 2 years of bridging activities which UNIDO had engaged in, we are again gathered for another, though different, precious moment. The work of this program, you helped us to sharpen the analysis, to validate the approach, and to better identify what the program can best do to support the efforts of the government, private sector, and institutions to make trade become a powerful engine of growth, wealth creation, and poverty reduction.
I congratulate UNIDO and the Pakistan Institute for Trade and Development for doing this program together with us. Better market access for Pakistani goods will help the economy, will help to create employment, and ultimately will help to alleviate poverty, and therefore will hopefully also mitigate against extremism and militancy.
And we are very appreciative of the fact that EU has always been very responsive to the needs of Pakistan, and this program is a testimony of the EU's keenness to help Pakistan in trade-related issues.
Under this program, we should concentrate not on the capacity building of individuals, but on the building of institutions. So we need to strengthen and enrich that program so that the people, the officers from commerce and trade groups are in a better position to develop trade.
The objective of this of component 1 is really to try to build a coherent and also a well-informed trade policy and regulatory reform for export competitiveness. And we will make a partnership to make sure that this institute, together with PITA, go through the content, beef up that content, and make it in line with international standards so that we can work together towards getting the international accreditation of this program.
SPS management capacity. It's very critical, very important because it deals with the health of human beings, with animals, the health of plants.
And these are normal happening in the countries where the temperature is high and humidity is high. So these are the basic natural causes. Every project has a limited scope and time. So our focus of this project is first on the strengthening our executive component.
Result area 2 generally concerns improved compliance of exported products with market requirements. SPS policy, and this is where we want to start. And in fact, we have started in a lot of discussions, even in the last week, to try to put together a process by which we can have a full and frank, informed policy debate within Pakistan. We need to modernise the information flows between outside and inside the country, from federal level to provincial level, between provinces.
The most important project is Prime Minister Quality Award. At the moment, there is no quality award in Pakistan. Most of the German exports are basically imported from Pakistan, but we have no grading, so we could not export directly to other countries.
When we actually benchmark, actually analysing the ex-business unit cost, actually looking at the distribution cost, so that the country's manufacturing units are actually capable of competing in the international market is key. One of the key activities in any business is building relationships with the international market so that they understand the market's real requirement.
To assure the access of Pakistani products to export markets, a number of hurdles have to be overcome at several levels. Now, the most important of these hurdles are, first of all, the Pakistani producers. First of all, they should be able to produce products which are acceptable in their specifications and characteristics, and then they should also apply practices that are acceptable.
PSQCA national standard body, all other institutions must be MRA signatory. If they are not MRA signatory, then their acceptance in the world will not be there. The EU head of the EU delegation had rightly explained that the priority number 1, 2 and 3 of the Pakistan is the market access.
Now we are going to develop our quality management system for standard development in accordance with these international guides and directives.
Till very recently, NPSL was composed of two divisions, the physical metrology division and the chemical metrology division. So for the time being, NPSL doesn't realize the primary standards because we don't have any. Right now, we have only one standard in the field of mass metrology, and that too has been provided by the UNILO under TRTA 1 scheme.
PCCR activities mainly comprises of the four areas: research and technology development, and these R&D activities are carried out through in-house R&D programs and federally funded public service development program.
Then we need to have mechanisms to retain the competent staff. We need to think of bonus systems, move away a little from the public service system. We need to look at mechanisms to maintain the accreditation. We need to look at means to get into new test methods, because the assessors who are coming next year are going to tell you, look here, last year's test methods are no good, there are new methods. So the labs need to move up, and also the labs need fair amount of financial independence in financial management if they are to do all these things. So it is essential that the government of Pakistan take serious note of this necessity so that the labs could maintain themselves in a much more efficient way. Again, I repeat the need for a business plan.
The business companies in Pakistan, they have very little awareness about the management of the IP assets.
The key IP institution remains IP of Pakistan, which has integrated all the registries under one umbrella. There are other IP-related institutions which are important, and this program in different clusters addresses 2 or 3 of those crucial institutions. One is, and we'll come to that, a collective management organization. Another is a technology management organization, and the final one, which was partly alluded to, is a plant breeders' rights registry, which is in the pipeline.
Because I think Mr. Golding did emphasize on process control, and he clearly said that more emphasis is being placed on end product control than on the process.
Can be extended to include development of curriculum for the training institute.
University who actually started the Australian.
Should TRTA 2 program not focus in strengthening the conformity assessment bodies, especially those are developing,
make the services affordable to them by availing the accreditation status locally through PNS.
And Pakistan could not implement on that now to establish a GI.
Whether we need to have this geographical indications, separate law geographical indication.
Mr. Abdul Ghaffar Sumro, Secretary, Ministry of Industries and Production, Government of Pakistan. Mr. Asaf Kafur, DG PITA. Ms. Roshan Ara, Government Advisory, EU Delegation. Mr. Stefan Kaiser, Project Manager, TRTA Pakistan. Ladies and gentlemen, now, after having gone through a very exhaustive and maybe also tiring presentations, lectures throughout the whole day, we have now come successfully to the conclusions of this seminar, of this workshop. And of course, the last one, very critical and debatable, but finally, more or less, it is now being resolved. The main challenges, again, were expressed in terms of the lack of a coherent strategy in SPS. The challenges for value-added productivity, very eloquently expressed by our Chief Executive from NPO. Lack of coordination among the relevant agencies, poor marketing intelligence, insufficient and costly distribution. Result area 2.3, conformity assessment infrastructure challenges, as were expressed by our eloquent DGs. IPP system should effectively meet the needs of users. of the system.
And it is now through the UNIDO and the EU that this program, the second phase of TRTA program is being launched.